All right, there we are. There we are. Good morning, folks. I'm your host. Ready there, live, BKP. Good morning from the office. I was just doing a couple things to try to get ready here. Sorry about the delay. Hey, Josh, put up. Let's show everybody how they can get in touch with the show this morning if you would like. There are the phone numbers. Hold on just a second. Trying to get something out of my pocket. There are the phone numbers. Right, the phone number right there, and our email address, and all the ways you can follow us on social media. So I know where there are over 600 jobs available this morning. Just posted on the World Wide Web. 600 Is it 600 available jobs for white, black Americans? Maybe they are jobs you don't want to do. I don't know. I don't know how well they pay, but I know where there may be 600 jobs for white and black Americans this morning. Let's see. U.S. immigration officials raided numerous Mississippi food processing plants Wednesday, arresting 680 mostly Latino workers and what marked the largest workplace sting in at least a decade. So we'll talk about that. The chicken police were out yesterday, all through Mississippi. We'll get into that. Josh, we're going to start this thing. I was looking at several places to start. All right. Now, what I want you to do, Josh, is I want you to go to, I didn't send these to you because the president of the United States visited Dayton, Ohio, and made a visit to El Paso. And the deep state corrupt corporate media, they focus on, all right, and let's see. Josh, what I want you to do is go to Twitter at DonaldTrump.com. And when you go down there at Real Donald Trump on Twitter, when you go down there, there's two videos, right in the stream early on. And both of them are videos that show the president's, the president's visit yesterday, one to Dayton and one to El Paso. When I get ready, we're going to play them back to back, okay? But what happened yesterday is the deep state corporate media continued their rhetoric, their hateful rhetoric, just disgusting of the president's visit. Okay, the president's visit, number 45, Josh, if you could have that ready. Number 45, Trump's visit to Dayton, Ohio, El Paso, Texas. There's Sherrod Brown and the mayor of Dayton, Ohio. That's number 45. I think it said 45. Here is number 45. Here is number 46, Josh, if you can put that up, number 46. O'Rourke, Trump's visit insulting to El Paso. Now, the media this morning says Francis O'Rourke has been comforting, really, to the people of El Paso. He has been one down there comforting and caring for the people. El Paso native says Trump has demonized and vilified border city. O'Rourke, Trump's visit insulting to El Paso. Now let's go to number 47 really quick, and we're going to break this down, okay, later today. Number 47, Biden rebukes Trump in scathing speech. Okay, scathing speech. Okay, first of all, we'll get into Biden's rebuke because the media is pumping it up, like the volume level much higher than Biden can actually go with his scathing speech, okay? They're pumping it up to make it sound like something very strong when it's very weak. Biden is very weak. Let me see if I can find let's see here, Josh. I got it here. Hold on just a second. Just stay with that one for a minute. Cory Booker, let's go to number 16. I'm getting ready to break this down, all right? Number 16, because you know I despise the deep state. I despise the deep state corporate corrupt media. If you didn't watch the show yesterday, it's one of the few, and my sister corrected me yesterday. I say that she was in radio for several years. She did country music radio or whatever she did. I'm going to get in trouble for that, right? And she said, never apologize to the audience. They knew you sucked. Damn, thanks a lot. So 2 days ago, I was very exhausted. Today is Thursday. I think it was Tuesday. And you could tell out there in the audience, somebody said, it looked like you're going to fall out of the chair any minute. I didn't bring my A game. I believe in telling you when I didn't bring my A game. But I also believe in telling you when I had an A+. And yesterday's show is an A+ show. Sorry, just say it. Tuesday? Oh, there you go. You got what you got Tuesday. I powered through. All right. Mailed it in. I don't care what you want to call it. Yesterday's show was an A+. You need to go check it out. Anyhow, here is number 16, Cory Booker. Cory Booker delivered a speech on guns and racism from where else? Charleston Emmanuel AME Church. Interesting. Now, yesterday on this show, I said that media, okay, like MSNBC, they were talking about needing a healer. I'm going somewhere with this. You want to stick. The country needed healed. The country needed a healer at this time, a comforter. Could Trump fit that bill? Could Trump comfort the country through these trying times? Why, he's unwanted in Dayton and he's unwanted in El Paso. How will he do this? Then yesterday on MSNBC, I think it was, on the Evil Morning Joe group, one of them said, like when Obama sang Amazing Grace. I'm serious, man. Eddie Claude Jr., Eugene Robinson, I don't know, right? It's like comforting when you remember when Obama went to Charleston and sang Amazing Grace, and we played it. And I said, whoa, who's going to pick up on that? Well, he did. Cory picked up on it. Where did he go yesterday? Emmanuel AME Church. And he tried an Obama moment there. Yes, he did. He was being a brother. Why, he was not a New York African American. There you go. We're going to say nice, right? Not a New York African American. He went down and he was a Southern brother and he preached to them people about racism, white supremacists, guns. Oh my God. They just saying. So we're going to go there. All right. Now let me get to just a couple more. That was number 16, Josh. And then we're going to break down. I'm going to play those videos. All right. This is what the media, scare tactics. Okay. And this was really sad. I thought this was absolutely just, oh my God. I have talked about first day of school, right? I have talked, if you watch the show, I have talked about institutionalize our children, right? We're setting, I love your pictures. I absolutely do. I scroll down through there. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. And our company has so many Facebook friends and stuff. And I am seeing the little guys and girls. I still call them guys and girls. I don't know. Maybe there's a transgender coming out party for some of these children, as disgusting as that sounds. But I see the little guys and girls in the different backpacks, and it seems like girls still like pink backpacks, maybe, and maybe they still like some girly stuff, and guys still like, little guys, and they're going off to the institution, sending them to, I love it. I love your children, and I understand that's where we're at in America. So number 17, we're going somewhere with this, right? Number 17. There you go. Just the byline. Nation is on edge. How on edge are you this morning? Okay. Number 18. Nation on edge. Mass shooting leaves nation on edge. Now, number 18, is video that the media is enjoying posting because a motorcycle backfired, right, in Times Square, and everybody's running. If you're in a group, a crowd, and you hear pop, everybody runs. Why? We're on edge. Now, let's go back to that picture just a minute, Josh. I didn't do enough for that I wanted to do. This is like the 50s, right? Or right after World War II, number 17, okay? And what we did after World War II is we trained our children in schools, and we did the nuclear bomb training, right? Threat. We trained our children to hide under the desk. We did training videos. You can find those online for the children for a live nuclear attack from outside the country. Now your children that are going to the institution, let's go with number 19, okay? We're getting to the president's visit, but this is what the media is painting, and I'm trying to tell you, you got to pay attention to this stuff, okay? Number 19, this is a teacher for 4 and 5-year-olds doing a live shooter drill for 4 and 5-year-olds in this country. Live shooter drills for these children, okay? Number 20, this is the teacher, okay? Live shooting drill, MSNBC showed it. They're putting them in a room, okay? The children, your 4-year-olds are sitting in a room and say, okay, it's time to do our live shooter drill, okay? And little Mingo the giraffe is going to show you how to do and get down. The little giraffe in my hand is going to show you where to run. Wow. All right, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So let me say this. I want to get one more thing, and then we're going to put up, let's go to number 29. Very real consequences to Trump's words. Now, if you can't take this first segment and sit down with a liberal and talk rationally about the kind of things that these candidates are saying, they are fundraising off this. On this show here, we're Thursday morning, okay? I have yet to say a word about the Dayton, Ohio shooter, about the lefty this guy was. I've yet to say a word about how Elizabeth Warren this guy was. I haven't done it. The media is not going to tell you this was a lefty, but O'Rourke, very real consequences. Number 29 there, Josh. Very real consequences to Trump's words, okay? Well, you got to understand when MSNBC gets Fox News, they love it. So number 30, Josh, number 30, whenever you have it there, Shepard Smith. We have a president with a toxic tongue. Shepard Smith is going off on white nationalists, okay? Shepard Smith is the 3 p.m. news guy on Fox, happens to be gay, so he's not going anywhere. They can't fire the guy, and they love when they have. Now, this is yesterday. Every byline I'm showing you this morning from CNN to MSNBC, these are yesterday's events. While the president, going somewhere with this, while the president of the United States is trying to go to El Paso and Dayton, okay? Now, number 32. 32. Trump overshadows city's grief with political grievances. Now, we know yesterday Sherrod Brown and as many politicians that they could cram on ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, as many people as they could cram on those networks to push down. What if there was a flip yesterday and the candidate said, we're going to put a pause to campaigning? Remember when, okay? Remember when I had to have a shot of, caffeine. Remember when the financial, we were collapsing economically? And John McCain came out and said something. I don't know. I'm just going in from memory. I'm going to suspend my campaign for 48 hours or something. Remember when, if you look it up, just go back, it's Google candidates suspend campaign in time of crisis in America or through a trying time in America, they suspend the campaign, right? What if, now there's not a Democrat on the stage I will vote for, not a one, okay? But I tell you what, I would be coming to you this morning and telling you I think this Democrat's the front runner, okay? If they would have went to Texas, I got to finish this after I show the president, because if they would have gone to Texas and called the media together and say, I'm going to officially suspend my campaign for 48 hours. I'm going to ask you, don't send me money for 48 hours. I'm going to ask America, do not look at me as a presidential campaign for 48 hours. Because I'm going to go through and I'm going to see if I can help give out food. I'm going to see if I can help any way possible other than campaigning. I would tell you that's the front runner. But no, they have campaigned. The deep state corporate media, they have attacked the president. What if yesterday all media would have came out and said, they didn't have to say it. They would have come out and said, you know what? We're going to have an optimistic day. Okay. We're going to have an optimistic day. We're not going to say anything negative. We're not going to claim that the president's tweets are what stoked the violence. Nothing like that happens today. We're going to leave the president of the United States, the commander in chief of this country. We're going to respect the two visits. We're going to follow the two visits, and we're going to highlight the two visits. No. Number 32, if I have it up already, Josh. Trump overshadows critics' grief with political grievances. Okay. Number 34, okay. Trump's Twitter attack during the mass shooting trip. Here's what a reporter asked yesterday, and then we're going to get to the two videos and take a break. Here's what the reporter asked yesterday. Let me go to, let's go to 37 first, okay? 37 first. Now, you wonder why there's times the president goes places and says, I don't want the press with me. I want to focus on people, Americans. So here is the question, number 37. This is yesterday. Trump overshadows city's grief with political grievances. Reporter asked the president, number 37, Josh, we have it up. President Trump, you said today was about healing and unity, and you've attacked. Let's go to number 36. Number 36. You've attacked a number of your critics. Vice President Biden, Senator Brown, Mayor Whaley, as well as number 35, Josh, number 35, as well as various members of the media. Can you explain why you chose to take that tone? Now, what if we turn that around and say, Mr. President, on a day when you were using the office, remember, it's the office of the President of the United States. It's not Donald J. Trump, okay? You got to remember that. We lose that in this country. It's the office of the President of the United States that belongs to you and I. So on a day that the office of the President of the United States has gone to two cities to console, listen, talk, hear I mean, I'm for sure President Donald Trump, if he went anywhere yesterday and somebody said, Mr. President, I really think you should look at gun legislation. I don't think he took that opportunity to look at an American and say, why the hell did you say that? Do you not realize I just got a call from the NRA and they've shut that? He didn't do that. That didn't happen. Yesterday was the office of the President of the United States visiting 2 cities. I'm getting to my point, and we'll be done for our first segment. Why did you choose to take that tone? So I'm going to leave it with this, okay? Why did you choose to take that tone? I want you to email me anywhere that you find a reporter looking at the mayor of Dayton, looking at O'Rourke, and flipping this question around, Beto, looking at anyone else, Castro, anyone, and say, why have you chosen at this time, okay, during this moment of grief, why have you chosen to take that tone? Now, Josh, back to back, I want to play the Twitter videos from the President of the United States if you have those ready.
Great job. Great job.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. All right, let me say this. All right, 29 dead, 53 injured. 53 injured. Now, recently I have been spending, and I want to clear up with you, anybody that's wondering, I am not going through any kind of health issue. Maybe I'm not being very clear. It's a family member. But I have been recently spending a lot of time with doctors, with a family member, in hospitals, and I watch these people working, doing what they can do to save people's lives. This is very emotional for me this morning because you know what? Yes, there's 29 dead. But you know what? There's 53 were injured. When this happened, first responders, ambulance drivers, EMTs, IVs, blood, rushed into a hospital, ICUs, surgeries. These people did not sleep. We probably have, and I don't know the details, we probably have doctors in both areas of Ohio and El Paso, nurses. I don't want to miss anybody. All right. Anesthesiologists, anybody in the medical industry. We probably have people that did not sleep for 48 hours. We probably have people, doing surgeries, doctors that sleeping in a lounge somewhere, in their office to get a couple more hours before they have to go back. I don't know all the details. Look at the law enforcement that had to show up at Walmart, secure the area. Look at the people that had to that made the area safe, roped it off. Now, I don't want to diminish the people doing the investigations. I don't diminish the FBI, anybody doing the investigations. It's a very emotional time for these areas and these people. Donald Trump does not want some piece of garbage, corrupt corporate deep state media following him in. Melania, the First Lady of the United States, and the President of the United States wants to go in the hospitals and look at surgeons and nurses and all the people on these medical teams and say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for doing the surgery on these people. Thank you for the work you did. He wants to go for the first responders. I mean, can you imagine the 911 calls that went out that night? And can you imagine the dispatch? They have to dispatch. Let me tell you something that the media will not tell you. Even as big as El Paso is, they maybe had to dispatch surrounding areas. All of your emergency response teams, I'll call it that, they have intergovernmental agreements. Dayton has intergovernmental agreements around the state of Ohio for different kind of EMTs if they don't have them on staff at the time on call. All right. First responders, even El Paso, as big a city as it is, they may not have had all the first responders they needed, but they got there ASAP. The media will never come to you and talk about who is safe based on these first responders, who is safe based on, law enforcement. They will never come. Listen today. I'm begging you to listen today and find any media that comes out and does an optimistic story where the casualty's not 30, 31, 32 because a surgeon did this and a surgeon did that, and they went into operation and somebody was critical and they were alive this morning. Whether you like it or not, those people deserve a good feeling. Do you realize how many first responders, how many law enforcement, how many in the medical industry will never in their life get an opportunity to take a phone and get a picture of the President of the United States? They weren't doing anything wrong. The President of the United States and mine, that felt good to them. They went like this. That felt good to them. That's what he went for. That's why those videos are what they are. He could have went in there yesterday, had media support, had the country's support. We could have been unified, and we could have had a really great moment in this country yesterday. But you know what? O'Rourke couldn't suspend his campaign for 48 hours and shut his damn mouth. You know what? Cory Booker had to act Southern black and go preach in a church. The media went nuts. Let me say this, and I'll take a break. But what upset me, I come here every day, and I try to bring a show that says, that's different. And I'm thinking when I'm reading this stuff, I mean, a lot of times at night, I have a show notes, a book that I keep with me. And throughout the day, if something happens, I'll take a note and put it in there. Yes, I know the bullfrog Nadler wants to get all the documents from the time that Kavanaugh was in the White House. Yes, I know the bullfrog Nadler wants, Don McGahn on Capitol Hill. I understand all that. Yes, I know Peter Strzok is suing because his First Amendment rights were violated. Former FBI agent that was involved in the coup. Yeah, I got all that. I try to come a little different on the show from time to time. Let's go back to number 35. Just a second, Josh. 35. I'm going to ask you this question, media. I'm going to ask you this question, America, that has been listening to the deep state, corrupt corporate media. Can you explain why you chose to take that tone yesterday with our president. I'm your host, BKP. When we get back, hey, Mitch McConnell's Twitter feed has been on lockdown. Oh my God, Deep State is on a roll and they're ratcheting it up like you would not believe. So we're going to pay attention to that. I'm your host, BKP. I'm running long. Josh, take us to break.